But like for me, I do feel like there's something important about speaking to a black man or woman.
Oh yeah.
Because so you could probably talk a bit, because I that's my personal thing, that they weren't black people, and I held back. I just felt like if I tell them about what I did at 16, I could get the police knocking on my door the next day. You know, is there some kind of confidentiality? You know, or you know, there was just something a bit. I just wasn't comfortable. I just felt like, I know you're about to help me, but I don't really feel I can go deep. And I just don't think you understand the black experience. So what's your take on that? Because you could disagree, but...
No, I completely agree.
All right, guys, wait, hold up. So we looked at the analytics, and apparently 25% of you who watch this podcast are not subscribed. Now, that doesn't make sense, because if you're watching this podcast, then you clearly like it and you clearly want more. So the best way to get more is to subscribe. And guess what? Even do another thing, subscribe. Hit that little bell button and put the notifications on. So when we post this exquisite content, right, you'll get it directly in your notifications. So subscribe right now. Thank you.
With any therapeutic relationship, the foundation of it is the relationship. So you need to connect with that person. There needs to be trust. You need to like them. That is the reality. You need to like them, and that's why I say most private therapists offer initial consultation. So even if it's not just on the grounds of race, there needs to be some synergy. You need to feel like you can open up, or that they understand your experiences, and that's why there are organisations that promote black therapists, psychologists, counsellors, or therapists from minority groups. So there's an organisation called Baton. So that's what they do. They promote it, and I have people contacting me saying, I just typed in black therapists and you came up. You know, people. I totally get it. But I guess for me, when I've had a counsellor, they've not been black, but it's worked for me. Depends on what is the area that you're focusing on, and I think also probably for me, I probably wasn't even, when I had the support, I probably wasn't even aware of, like, you know, black. Although I'm a black therapist, it's not something that's necessarily promoted a lot. I think it's probably only the last 2 or 3 years where there's more of an awareness. But I think it is key. You need to be able to trust that person with your heart. You've got to be vulnerable. You don't, and unfortunately, because of racism, structural racism, you're kind of contending with all of those thoughts. And you know, the therapist could be totally fine and they could really help you, but the reality is you're dealing with all that stuff. So if you don't want to be dealing with it, well, go and get a black therapist. Otherwise, you'll be spending more money, you know, dealing with all of that internally. It's going to take a lot longer to get to the root.
Yeah.
And even for me, I've worked with people from minority backgrounds, like Asian people, and they said, well, I came to you because I just felt more relaxed. I know that you'll probably understand a bit more about racism or what it is to be a minority, but someone who hasn't had those experiences or isn't exposed to them wouldn't. So it's real. Yeah. And we should have choice. And I know someone contacted me, and I contributed to an article in the Metro, and it was around this very subject. And they were asking me, you know, in the NHS, can you request a black therapist? I'm like, or counsellor? I'm like, you can, but you might be waiting for a long time because there's not many. So I think, unfortunately, that's why I guess you probably got to look privately if you don't want to wait. But they do exist. I'm here. Yeah, we're there, but I think we need to have more of a collective
approach.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I think it's that choice thing's important though, because when I applied through the NHS, I think it was talking therapies that they put me forward to. On both occasions, I was just told, you know, this is the person that's gonna be doing your session. And I didn't mind at the time. It was only in hindsight I was like, it's probably because I was just told I'm going to be doing it with this person at this time. I didn't have no consultation of any sort, you know. So yeah, I think that I don't know. I think that is important to be able to choose. Most of the people that I know, especially the black men who have done successful therapy and are still doing it, they've all gone private. And maybe not always a black therapist, but for them having the choice to be able to do so, I think for them was quite empowering and quite important. One thing we haven't spoken about much was you're an author. Yeah,
I am.
We don't come across authors every day. So do you want to tell us?